Welcome, my friend. Let's talk about one of the most dangerous habits that silently destroys your confidence comparing yourself to others. You might not realize it, but every time you scroll through social media, see someone's success, their perfect body, their luxury car, their dream job, a small voice inside whispers, "Why am I not like them?" That tiny voice is the thief of your joy. It steals your motivation, your peace, and your focus. Here's a truth bomb. Comparison is like drinking poison and hoping someone else gets sick. You don't win that game ever. Everyone you compare yourself to is living a completely different story. They have different timing, different opportunities, different problems, and different starting points. Maybe they started earlier than you. Maybe they failed 10 times before you even began. But here's the twist: your story isn't over yet. When you stop comparing, you start growing. Real success doesn't come from looking sideways. It comes from looking in the mirror and asking, "Am I better than I was yesterday?" That's your only competition, you versus you. The next time you see someone flexing online, smile. Don't hate. Don't envy. Just remember, their highlight reel doesn't show their bad days. They might have insecurities, loneliness, or pain hidden behind that smile. So instead of feeling small, say to yourself, "Good for them. My time is coming." And here's something powerful. When someone insults you or tries to make you feel less, don't argue. Don't fight. Just work. Let success be your revenge. 5 years from now, when they're still talking and you're driving your own dream car, the only thing you'll say is, "Thank you for the motivation." So, promise yourself today, stop comparing. Don't waste energy counting someone else's blessings when you could be building your own. Every minute you spend watching others is a minute stolen from your own progress. Your time will come, and when it does, it'll be worth the wait. Remember this: flowers don't compete to bloom. The rose doesn't get jealous of the sunflower. They both shine in their own season. You will too. Let's get one thing straight. Impossible is not a fact, it's just an opinion. It's the favorite word of people who gave up too early. Every time you hear someone say, "That's impossible," what they really mean is, "I don't believe I can do it." But that's their limit, not yours. Think about this. Once upon a time, flying in the sky was impossible. Then two guys named the Wright brothers said, "Watch us," and boom, airplanes. Talking across the world was impossible. Then the telephone showed up. Running a mile in under 4 minutes? Impossible. Until Roger Bannister did it. And here's the crazy part: a few months later, others did it too. Why? Because once one person proved it was possible, everyone's brain went, "Oh, okay, I can do that too." That's the real power of belief. The moment your mind accepts that something can be done, the impossible becomes simply not done yet. The problem is, most people don't even try. They kill their dreams before they're born. They say, "I can't start a business. I don't have money." Or, "I can't learn English. I'm too old." Or, "I can't be successful. I don't have talent." But you don't need perfect conditions. You just need one thing: a decision. A decision to try, even when everyone else says you can't. Let me give you a little challenge. The next time someone says, "You can't do that," smile and say, "You'll see." That's not arrogance. That's confidence. Because history doesn't remember the people who said, "It's impossible." It remembers the ones who said, "Let's do it anyway." When you believe nothing is impossible, your brain starts finding solutions instead of excuses. It stops asking, "Can I?" and starts asking, "How can I?" And that small shift changes everything. Remember this: no great achievement ever started with doubt. Every dream begins as a small, crazy idea in someone's head. So, go ahead, be that crazy person who believes. Be the one who proves the world wrong. Because one day, when you're living your dream, people will say, "You're so lucky." But you'll know the truth: luck had nothing to do with it. You simply refuse to believe in impossible. Let's talk about the favorite lie people tell themselves: "I'll start tomorrow." Spoiler alert, tomorrow never comes. You know how it goes. I'll start exercising next week. I'll learn English after my exams. I'll chase my dreams when I have more time. Guess what? You'll never have time. You have to make it. The truth is, there is no perfect moment. The right time is right now. Most people are waiting for motivation, waiting for money, waiting for approval. But while they wait, time doesn't. Every second you spend hesitating is a second you'll never get back. And one day, you'll look back and realize that your one day became no day. Here's a hard truth. Even if you start today, you'll fail sometimes. You'll fall. You'll feel tired. But that's okay. Because success doesn't belong to the smartest or the strongest. It belongs to the ones who don't stop. Think of life like climbing a mountain. You don't sprint to the top in one day. You take step after step. Some days are sunny, some days it rains, and some days you just want to sit and cry, but if you keep walking, eventually, you'll see the view. You don't need to be perfect to start. You just need to start to become better. The best people in the world didn't begin as experts. Every champion was once a beginner who refused to quit. Let's be honest. There will be days when you feel like nothing is working. You'll question everything. But in those moments, remember this. Stopping will never get you there faster. Rest if you must, but don't stop. Pause, breathe. Cry if you need to, then keep moving. Success is not a sprint. It's a long, stubborn walk. You just keep showing up. And every time you show up, you get a little better, a little stronger, a little closer. 5 years from now, you'll thank yourself for not quitting today. You'll look back at the times you almost gave up and say, that's the moment that built me. So promise yourself this: no more waiting, no more excuses, no more tomorrows. You don't need permission to start. You don't need motivation to continue. You just need one powerful rule: don't stop. Start now, because the best time to begin was yesterday. The second best time is today. Let's face it, life itself is risky. Every single day, you take risks without even realizing it. You cross the road, risky. Eat street food, super risky. Or trust someone who says, don't worry, I'll handle it. Yep, that's risky too. So if you're already living with risk, why not take the kind that actually moves your life forward? Here's the truth. The biggest risk isn't failing, it's doing nothing. Because doing nothing guarantees that nothing will ever change. People say, what if I fail? And I say, what if you don't? What if it actually works? What if your dream is waiting right on the other side of that fear? Every great story you've ever heard, Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, J.K. Rowling, started with a risk. They didn't wait for a guarantee. They bet on themselves. And yes, they failed many times. But failure isn't fatal. It's feedback. You fall, you learn, you adjust, you rise. But here's the catch. Taking risks means nothing if your mind is your enemy. That's why the second part of this principle is even more important: control your mind. Your mind can either be your biggest weapon or your worst prison. Most people lose, not because life is hard, but because their thoughts say, I can't. Your body is strong. Your mind is lazy. It wants comfort, not growth. It says, let's stay safe. But safe doesn't make you successful. Imagine your mind like a wild horse. If you let it run free, it'll drag you into fear, doubt, and overthinking. But if you train it, if you hold the reins, that same wild horse can take you anywhere you want to go. So how do you control your mind? Easy to say, hard to do, but start small. When your brain says, I'm too tired, tell it, work anyway. When it says, I can't, say, watch me. Every time you win one tiny battle against your mind, you become stronger. Taking risks doesn't mean jumping blindly. It means trusting yourself when others don't. It means knowing that fear is normal, but doing it anyway. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's action, despite fear. So take the risk. Start that project. Apply for that job. Speak that language. Make that move. Even if you fail, you'll learn. But if you never try, you'll spend your life wondering, what if? And remember, a strong mind doesn't avoid risk, it manages it. Be brave, stay focused, and train your thoughts to serve you, not scare you. Because once you master your mind, nothing can stop you. Let's be honest. Expectations can ruin your peace faster than failure ever will. You expect people to help, to support, to understand, to believe in you. And when they don't, you feel hurt, disappointed, maybe even betrayed. But here's the truth. No one owes you anything. And that's not sad, that's powerful. The day you stop expecting others to save you is the day you take full control of your life. Because no one is coming to rescue you. Not your boss, not your friends, not even your mom. Sorry, Mom. This is your story, and you're the main character. Successful people know this secret. They don't wait for motivation, they create it. They don't wait for support, they build it. They don't wait for others to believe, they believe first. When you depend on others, your emotions become unstable. If they praise you, you're happy. If they ignore you, you're sad. That's emotional slavery. But when you depend on yourself, nothing and no one can stop you. If someone helps, great. If they don't, even better. Because now you get to prove them wrong. And here's something most people never understand. Being unstoppable isn't about never falling. It's about never staying down. You get hit. You stand up. You fail. You learn. You get laughed at. You smile and keep walking. Being unstoppable means you keep going when motivation dies, when energy fades, when no one claps for you, you clap for yourself. Now let's talk about results. The world doesn't reward effort. It rewards outcomes. Harsh, but true. People say, I tried so hard, but trying isn't enough. You don't get a trophy for running in circles. You get it for crossing the finish line. So stop focusing on what you've done and start focusing on what you've achieved. If something's not working, change your strategy. Work smarter, not just harder. Learn, adapt, experiment. Do whatever it takes to get results. Because once you have results, you won't need to explain yourself. The same people who ignored you will start asking, how did you do it? And when that moment comes, just smile. Because you'll know you didn't get there by luck, by help, or by waiting. You got there because you expected nothing, stayed unstoppable, and focused only on the finish line. So from now on, stop waiting, stop expecting, stop begging for recognition. Let your success do the talking. Be your own motivation, your own support, your own hero. Because when you stop needing the world's approval, the world starts to notice you. If this message inspired you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone you care about. You never know whose life you might change today. And hey, don't forget to subscribe to English Avenue today for more powerful lessons that help you grow, stay motivated, and master English at the same time. Your journey doesn't end here, it's just getting started. See you in the next video.